What's up, guys? My name is Isaac, and here today I'm going to be talking to you guys about the components just for today on a certain project that they're dealing with components for a sound bell. I'm also going to be introducing to you a smaller version of a sound bell, also a 9-volt battery sound bell. Okay, now each one of these components, keep in mind, is 9 volts. So what you're going to want to do is take a look at where exactly you laid this component out. This is basically just to connect it to your battery, to your power source, and then it just disperses the power out. But make sure, do not just be a dork and keep each component without no solder, because then you will not receive nothing. So soldering 101, just look up a video on that, should be good. But other than that, every component on here is pretty straightforward. Every component also has its own specific role, so keep in mind about that. And this other component right here, smaller, also it's the same function, it just looks different. It's made out of a different material, but it gives off of a different sound. Okay, so this one's going to be higher toned, and this one's going to be more lower in frequency, but it's also going to be screeching and squeaky. This one right here, this next component, is a capacitor. Make sure that the capacitor on this component, this circuit board, it'll be put right next to the triad. This basically also connects to the transistor, which regulates the electricity flowing through it so it does not burn out. But what you're going to want to do next is assemble every resistor, and if you have a problem with that, make sure that you look at the color codes on each resistor, because that plays a crucial factor to every component. If you have it set the wrong way, but you have every other component set right, it will not work, it will not turn on. So just keep in mind, even these right here. A triad. This is a triad. Now, every triad has a different prong. Each prong has a different letter, B, C, and D. So the middle is going to be C, last one's D, and the first, of course, is going to be B. Make sure that you just bend the first one, the middle one, C, and you put it in the right spot, and basically just solder it on there. Just leave it as is. The next one that you're going to also want to focus on is going to be these right here. This little thing right here, basically redundant, but it plays a crucial factor into the smaller version of the bell. And it basically, all it is a button. You just put your finger on it, and it'll sense your finger. You can get it on your finger, and it'll make a noise. It'll make a noise for this one. Doesn't really quite do it for this one, because basically it turns on. For a demonstration, all you gotta do is assemble it, and then get the 9-volt battery, and then just basically attach it, and makes a noise. However, this one may be a bad one, but it does the same. The next thing you're going to want to do is also keep in mind that each of these, the triad it'll come in different sizes, but just keep in mind that on the triad it'll tell you right here in the face front, it'll have a serial code number. It'll tell you how many amps and whatnot it can take, and how much it can. The next one you're going to want to also look at is this. Now this little thing is basically just like a volume adjuster. It actually just works for this one, but this right here, a smaller version, it does not work. It just makes noise. It does not have an adjuster to it. But this one does, and all it does is lower or raise the volume depending on where you want it at. It'll raise it in decibels too. Makes it louder, or just turns it off completely. It will not shut it off. It's basically just raise it and lower it. The next thing you're going to want to do, now this should be very obvious if you haven't learned already this, you have to have an off and on switch. This basically just goes connected to, it's the main component. If you look at the serial board on your circuit board, you look at the top, it has a barcode, not a barcode, a serial number. That'll tell you what kind of component it can take. And the off and on switch it'll go right in the middle. You'll see it. It has several dots connected to each other, and it basically it'll either cut the electricity off or on. It'll let it flow through the component or the circuit board. So set it in, and once you have it in, you solder it. And after you're done soldering it, you just basically flow through each rod that you see connecting, and you just basically put every component in the proper area. Otherwise it will not turn on, like I said. Basically if you have any other questions, go ahead and post them on my page of YouTube. I have several videos. I'm even going to be posting a soldering video for you guys who don't know it yet. If you don't, just let me know. Comment on the bottom of this video, and I will be glad to answer your questions. Just let me know what you need to be asked, and I will let you know exactly what you need to do. You have any problems with your component, let me know. Just keep in mind that it is the same thing. I am showing you a different component, different company make, but if you have the same component at home or at school and you're having a problem putting it together, it's the same thing. Even if you have it from, like, let's say Pittsco, but this one I have, it's from Cheney Electronics. So if you do that, it's the same thing, and usually if you order it offline, it should have a kit for you, and it should also have a manual. So thanks for watching my video, and I hope this helps a lot. See you guys later.